And go with Mobile Suit Gundam Hathaway, the Sorcery of Nymph Circle or
Okay.
Nymph Circle.
Wow, what a long name. I'm just even tired from Eric Holmes saying the length of this name. He and I really did see this movie. We saw this movie, and there's going to be a huge caveat regarding this review. Now, let me read the official plot synopsis of Mobile Suit Gundam Hathaway, The Sorcery of Nymph
Oh,
Circe.
there's a plot to this one. All right,
Okay,
I'm
right.
interested to hear this.
Quote, the latest film adaptation of the trilogy will debut nationwide following its release in Japan earlier this year. So it debuts in North American theaters May 15th. And what does it center on? It centers on directed by Shuko Murasi. The animation is produced by Bandai Namco Filmworks Sunrise Animation Studios, and what is it? It centers on the continuing adventures of Hathaway Noah, delivering breathtaking mobile suit battles, emotional depth, and stunning animation. The film continues Hathaway's journey. He is a leader of the resistance movement called Mafti. He and his fellow Mafti members are fighting a corrupt Earth Federation just contingent where there's Earth Federation officers. They believe in, well, there's only a bunch of people who should live on Earth, and the people who are illegal or in their opinion, maybe the dregs of society, they're usually herded up and tortured. And we see a little bit of torture in the movie as well. But this is Earth Federation forces. They have their elitist viewpoint, and supposedly they might be the big bad in this trilogy. And even though Maftis are terrorists, they have a different POV and a different philosophy. So it's really hard. It's essentially Mafti versus the Earth Federation forces with these fighting robots. And at the heart of this is Hathaway Noah. He is the leader of Mafti, and he's the leader of the movement. His father is a member of the Earth Federation forces. There's a woman named Gigi, or Gigi, they pronounce it Gigi, and Lucia, and it's a love triangle. She has a very close bond to Hathaway, and then she also has a close bond to a leader of the Earth Federation forces. His name is Kenneth, and he is the captain of the Earth Federation. And what you see in this movie is the continuing fight between Mafti and the Earth Federation via fighting robots and whatnot. And that's it. The sequel is 108 minutes. And before Eric Holmes will try to give a review that is probably confusing him, the big caveat I mentioned earlier in this review is I think you really must see Mobile, the original installment. You need to see Mobile Suit Gundam Hathaway. That's currently streaming on Netflix. If you're interested in, that's only 95 minutes. Anime, 95 minutes. If you don't know anything about this Gundam universe, you're going to have to watch Mobile Suit Gundam Hathaway on Netflix, and then that will inform your decision whether you should see Mobile Suit Gundam Hathaway, The Sorcery of Nymph Circle. If you don't see the original, you're going to be like Eric Holmes when he tries to explain what's going on or not. You're going to be confused for all 108 minutes. Eric Holmes, your review.
I don't think that's the issue. I think the main issue of this is it's kind of like following stuff and then they cut to something else. And it's just one of those movies where just...
Well, they cut to parts of the experience. And that's why it's prohibitive. They're cutting to flashbacks, which probably happened into different parts that we don't know of.
But still, it's just a series of things that happen and nothing really connects. If you need a full separate movie to make those things connect, then that's a problem. Because if you're going to have a separate movie, it should be, obviously you're going to make reference to other things, but you're still telling a narrative story. So this is part two. This is a different story that couldn't fit within the first one. If it was that linked to the first one, should have just been longer and then they're the same movie. But this is just kind of like a bunch of things happening. The characters were pretty dull. Every character had main character energy to them, or whatever you call it.
That's true.
And
yeah.
Greg, who's usually the least interesting character in most movies, especially action movies, the main character. So if every character is the main character, it's just a cast of uninteresting
Ciphers,
people.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. So the plot didn't quite get it. It was just a bunch of kind of loose threads that kind of got brought up and didn't really seem to go anywhere. And then they lead up to the final battle at the end, which was pretty cool, but a lot of it was during nighttime.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of it
Yes.
was really dark because I like the way they had the kind of that grayscale over the animation to make it look real dark, which is cool. It's cool to look at, and it's a neat effect. But to do a full action sequence like that is kind of like it was kind of reminiscent of that Rollerball remake where they did the
Right.
whole thing in the green night vision thing. It was like, why? You're a movie. Do the fake night lighting so we can see what's going on. I would say the animation is pretty cool in this. The 2D animation is good, and then they put a lot of it in 3D backdrops, but the 3D stuff becomes a little kind of took me out of it a couple times, especially the part with the windows flapping.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's not a 2D part, that's a 3D part. And you're watching a bunch of 2D characters, and all of a sudden now there's this 3D image of a thing flapping. So it's 3D background and with 2D characters works, but then when there's certain scenes where it's just 3D, it just takes me out of it a bit. My favorite part about this was the fight at the end, and then they cut to in the middle of the fight, they cut to some story of the characters that I didn't really care about to begin with.
Right. That's true.
Involved in a story that I also didn't care about. The only real thing this has going for it is the animation and some of the neat choices, but overall, this is not for me. I will not be watching the first one because I don't care enough about the story told in this to be curious about how they got there or what happened or anything.
Right. Well, I think I might have had the same review as you did if I did see the second one before the first one. Having seen the first one, however, I did care about the characters. There are still parts in the second installment that was confusing because Eric was saying that there is a flashback towards the final conflict. I'm not going to say who is fighting who in the final conflict, but I will say I think that even reverts back to an earlier historical timeline than the first movie because I think Gundam was created in 1979 and there's been a whole bunch of just different iterations around this universe. So I'm just going from the first movie and the continuation with this sophomore effort in this trilogy. I liked the evolution of Hathaway Noah because he is a reluctant leader. He is torn between being the leader of MAFTI and their principles, but then he sees there are different relationships that are frayed because of his attraction to this mysterious woman named Gigi. And Gigi is also not attracted to, but she's also bonded with the captain, Captain Kenneth. Captain Kenneth sees Gigi as as his lucky human being, lucky person, because whenever she's around, his fellow, I guess, officers or soldiers, he believes that she brings him and the troops very good luck. So it's interesting you have this woman who is torn between both of these factions due to these two men. So that's why I was talking about this love triangle that is brewing forth. And you get to see which person she's possibly leaning towards by the end of this sophomore effort, which I thought was very interesting. The first movie is so much needed because, like Eric was saying, it could have been, yeah, if you made this one movie, then look, it's a 200-minute movie. All that said is, I understand, Eric, where you're coming from in your review, but with my review, I was 95 minutes ahead of you when I got into this. And while I'm watching this, I'm thinking, oh my goodness, if there are people who have not seen the original, it will be very tough for them to reappreciate the second film. Eric, final thoughts and your rating on this very long movie.
If I was reviewing the first movie, perhaps it'd be higher, but I'm reviewing this one, and this is 2.5, and I think the animation is doing a lot of the heavy lifting here because the characters aren't there, story's not there, and if the story is there, apparently it's in the first one, and they jettisoned it for this one. Maybe, who knows, maybe the big story beats are, hey, remember what happened in the first one? We'll hint at it, but we won't tell you. I just did not get much of this other than eye candy. And hey, if you want eye candy, well, actually, the thing is that a lot of the eye candy is just people talking. the cool battle stuff doesn't even happen until the very end, and then even then it's happening at night. So I don't know. It is 2.5. I think that's generous.
For me, Mobile Suit Gundam Hathaway, the Sorcery of Nymph Circe. I'm on the flip side. I really enjoy the characters that is developing within this trilogy. Can't wait to see the trilogy. Really want to consume more of this Mobile Suit Gundam universe. Got me into it. The Netflix film got me into it. This sophomore effort, the Sorcery of Nymph Circle, got me further into this. And there are things like Eric, there are points of this story that I'm missing out on or trying to understand. And I think that's I'll understand that if I go deeper within this universe. Eric is not very interested in this universe. For the next, I don't know when the next follow-up is, but I don't know if you get to see it or give that a shot. But I really love it. I love it. It's 4 stars for me for Mobile Suit Gundam Hathaway, the Sorcery of Nymph Circle. Again, the big caveat: please see Mobile Suit Gundam Hathaway on Netflix.
And then skip this one.
No, don't skip this one. Skip it if you did not like Mobile Suit Gundam Hathaway on Netflix, currently streaming on Netflix.
I'll give you that.
Okay, and then the sequel of the Sorcery of Nymph Circle. It might be interesting. Oh, not Nymph. Is it Nymph? It's not Nymph Circle. It's Nymph Circe. It's weird the way I always thought it was Circe.
Circe.
Yeah, Circe. Yeah, it's Mobile Suit. That. Yeah, my bad, guys. Mobile Suit Gundam Hathaway, the Sorcery of Nymph Circe. And I would see. Did you watch the dub version or the subtitle version?
Both.
Oh,
so I watched the subtitle version. And then I was kind of confused, so I just felt like I was missing something, and I kind of wanted to see what the dub version was like, so I went back and watched that, not the whole thing, but just enough of the dub version to kind of see how that was. Dub version wasn't bad, as far as dub versions go. If that's your preference, this is a good version of that, but they were both equally confounding to me.
Right.
And boring. My brain kept drifting off to, oh wow, I could be watching Gantz right now, or man, I haven't seen Bell in a while. I just started thinking of other animes that I would much rather be watching than this.
Okay, well, my apologies. Mobile Suit Gundam Hathaway, the Sorcery of Nymph Circe. And I should have said that at the top. My bad on that. Really love this and looking forward to the final installment in the trilogy. Circe, and not Circle. My bad on that. All right. Eric and I are completely different. Would love to hear what you guys think of, again, Mobile Suit Gundam Hathaway, the Sorcery of Nymph Circe.
I think overall it's been getting good reviews, so I might be the odd man out on this one. But
all right. Again, and apologies to the
but then again, these are probably reviewers that also had seen the first one, so
that's true.
Maybe
that's true.
Actually, there was a weird thing about this. So about 25 minutes into it,
right?
It looks like end credits. So at first I thought this was like a TV show, like we were watching different episodes.
Yeah.
Is that just a really long
intro? Just a really long intro. I know it was around 25 minutes in there. It's a long intro.
We can't have that because there have been a couple movies we watched with the half-hour cold open. I think one movie was like almost an hour-long cold open or something. You're already in the movie and all of a sudden the opening credits come and say, wait, what's going on here? But
yeah,
I don't know. I didn't love it or hate it. It was just cool. Oh, the music's really good in this too, especially that opening theme song that they play. Like that. And then
I'm assuming you gave a lot of your ratings towards the music, right? Probably you gave an extra half star, maybe 1 star.
I didn't even think of the music till just now, but then I just remembered it just as we're not talking about it anymore. But the Guns N' Roses during the end credits.
Very good, Eric.
And then there's for anyone that cares, there's a post-credit scene too. Didn't understand any of that.
Well, I did understand it, but it's not a must-see end credit. But just if you're a fan, you're a fan.
It's there. If you're watching it, you're getting into it. Stick for the credits because there's a thing at the end.
Yes. Yes.
You have to hear Guns N' Roses.
Not bad at all. And I was driving around today I didn't get Taco Bell. I got California Chicken Cafe. Getting my food today. I was listening to the Mobile Suit Gundam Hathaway, the original film, that soundtrack. And I like that as well. And I concur with Eric. I co-sign with Eric. Really love the music for Mobile Suit Gundam Hathaway, the Sorcery of Nymph Circe. I love how we continue to talk about the movie 5 minutes after we stop talking about the movie, which comes out Friday, May 15th in North America theaters. tell me, where do you guys stand? Do you agree with Eric Holmes' take as well, or do you think my 4-star rating is too low? I don't know. Leave us in the comments. Hit us up.
Based on the number score I'm looking at on IMDb and just kind of what I've seen, people seem to dig this. So
All right.
my guess is more people would agree with you than me.